Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to Asylum. Ripa. Um, Dr. Willenbrand is gotten on her doctor's coat. She has a pack of cigarettes and notes with her, and she is currently trying to find a hit nurse named Gloria. Willenbrand herself is currently doing better. She feels certain things. Well, for Beatrice, but also for her sire once more. This is conflicting to her, but it is
I mean,
also.
what you feel for Beatrice is more or less a sense of loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
But her sire is. That is very welcomed.
those feelings have been creeping in again. Eleanor's been romantic with you, but I'd say she's been a little bit more aggressive than she has in the past.
And, but Willenbrand does appreciate this longing feeling. But, yeah. Currently, she's trying to find a a nurse.
It doesn't take you long. You're aware of the nurses section, which is nurses station, which is on the hospital ward level. That is usually where it's the nurses station. It's like the focal point. Nurses sit here. They write notes. They do their files. It's sort of the command center for the nurses downstairs. And if you go that way, you will see Gloria. She's a fairly attractive woman in her early 40s, African American. She's quite tall.
Hmm.
Um, you see her interact with the other people. She seems fairly sort of firm, but friendly.
Yeah, Willenbrand will approach. She will wait until there's a moment. She's not going to interrupt a conversation.
You just overhear her. She's telling one of the nurses, "Can you take this lorazepam to Bay 5, please, and check on Mrs. Marks over there." And the nurse goes, "Okay, yeah, sure." And then she just heads off, and then Gloria writes down. You see her just sort of like write something down on the clipboard.
Hmm.
She's not really paying attention to you as such. You can tell that she's seen you, but she's not really paying direct attention to you.
Um, the the doctor will just go in and just have a look around, and then she will just say, "Ah, good evening. I don't believe we've been properly introduced."
She looks up. No, I don't think we have. Hiya, I'm Gloria.
How are
She
you?
seems distracted. She's like, as she's talking to you, she just puts the files away.
Is this a bad time?
You know, you know how this place is at night. You've got to keep on top of everything, or else it becomes a bit chaotic.
Hmm. I'm on nights as well. Dr. Willenbrand.
She reaches over the desk and she'll offer a hand out for to shake it.
Oh, she'll take it. Oh.
Gloria Normand, head nurse, or head. She's, whatever in here it's in England it's sister or head ward sister, but I'm sure it's something else in America.
A head nurse, I think it is. But,
Yeah.
well, just out of character, what do I know of this person
You know
from the
that
files?
she's been working here for nearly 20 years. She's a very well established, experienced nurse with a good record. She is friendly with most of the staff, including the K-Night staff. Eleanor suggested that she may be someone that could be brought under vampire control finally. She's definitely not. She's been here long enough, and she's got a sense, from her file, her general file, you can see that she's a good worker. She's got a good record. She's experienced. She's qualified. There's a couple of disciplinaries in there for being caught smoking, or leaving her post to go and smoke at night, stuff like that. But nothing serious, really. Eleanor fills you in and says that she's been here long enough to know that there's something supernatural going on. She's a superstitious woman, a religious woman. She believes that there are bad spirits or negative energies in certain places of the hospital. So, she actively refuses to go up to the 4th floor.
Okay.
Sends other nurses there. Eleanor says she probably won't be a problem to you, but consider ghouling her if she is sort of compliant. She can be replaced, but Eleanor says she is quite good at what she does. It's probably better to have her as a ghoul than not. The other nurses are expendable.
Fair enough. Yeah. Wilbrand just sits down and just says, "So, I've recently gotten here, and I gotta say this is a lot bigger and a lot better run than I had, feared, honestly."
Yeah, I mean, I've worked here a while. You learn the ropes eventually. It's not always an easy job, but
You seem to be doing all right.
Just experience, darling. She says with a warm smile. You'll get there.
I hope so. Well, that's not too long into it. I'm guessing you're a coffee person. Gotta have to be. Well.
Yeah. I think I need about 4 cups a day just to stay awake. But I've got used to nights now. I mean, my sons are in high school back in the States, so I don't have that much to worry about. When I first started working here, I was living on coffee. Being a mother and a nurse at the same time,
Hey, med student, I remember.
She smiles. She continues while you're talking. She just seems to continue with her work. Just general filing, writing notes. She seems to be able to multitask it in a way that nurses do, that you guess comes from just years of just doing it on autopilot.
So I heard some of the nurses talk. I mean, it sounded like ghost stories to me. I don't know. Not a superstitious type myself, but it sounded weird. But then again, I mean, it is a psychiatric hospital after all. So
you get your fair share of weird in a psychiatric hospital. I mean, there's certain patients only the most experienced nurses like myself and Barbara can see. Like that Beatrice woman up on level 7. Yeah, she doesn't say anything mean or derogatory. You can tell she's thinking it though. She just shakes her head.
Little Brand will just bite the inside of her mouth a little, but not with her fangs, but just bite it a little.
It looks more worried than angry. You can tell that.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Well,
I hear she killed like 30 or 40 people. Little kids too.
that's a severe disturbance of one's psyche. And that is essentially what will put you in here.
She just nods.
can't really blame the person who thinks that someone is talking to them and telling them to kill people as much as we can blame her, I suppose. Although, I think mentally it would be easier.
Well, I
Putting
know it gives me the creeps. I give her her meds and I just get out of there.
well,
And I've seen some stuff, you know.
well, since you've worked here so long, I don't know. She smiles.
So, what is it I can do for you? Do you need help with something?
Just getting the rounds, but I was thinking of, well, would you like, I'll get you some coffee. I was thinking of taking a smoke, if you want one.
She she picks up her clipboard, she looks at it, and looks up at you, like as if she's checking the clipboard. You can quite clearly see that if you just sort of peer over it, you can see that your name's been written on the night roster clipboard,
Mm-hmm.
assumably by Eleanor. And then she checks her watch, listens, and goes, "Yeah, all right, I've got time. 5 minutes."
All right. She hands her the package of smokes, and you can, I'll get you a head start. I'll just get some coffee. You want one?
Yeah, I take straight black.
Right.
Thanks, thanks, Helen.
And
She says thanks, Helen. Then she just sort of, as she goes past, she just puts her hand on your arm in sort of a friendly gesture.
hmm. And the doctor will go and quickly fetch 2 cups of coffee, and she will pour her own blood in both of the cups.
Okay.
And she will join her.
You see that she's gone out a little side door. It's not the yard. It looks like a door that people go through to take the trash out, mostly. And when you get out there, she's standing there. She's smoking a cigarette.
She passes her the coffee, and she'll just take out a cigarette herself. So, you've been here a long time, I gather.
For my sins, yeah. I mean, I needed a place to. After my husband died, I needed a place to go that was safe to raise my boys. I saw the advertisement in the newspaper. This place needed nurses. I hadn't been a nurse all that long back then, but I figured, why not? The island's a nice place to raise kids.
They went to high school in the U.S. Okay. I
They
mean,
went, they went to like sort of has a blank about what you call it, grade school
hmm.
here, but the high school they wanted to go back to New York, so see their grandparents. Didn't really want to stop them. I go over on weekends sometimes when I got time off.
Gotta be hard, but well, you're not the only one. A lot of children want to get away from them when they get that age.
Yeah. Chris, he's got a scholarship. He's he's pretty good with his computers and stuff. So thinking maybe I've got to pack all this money away to send him to college. Make sure he's set up, good halls and everything.
Hmm.
She sips the cigarette. She sips a cigarette. She smokes a cigarette and she just goes to take a gulp of her coffee and pulls her face. That's nasty. I told Deirdre to get the good blend.
Well, the way I look at it, and she will drink since she can drink of it because of blood.
You can't. Not unless it's full blood. You're gonna have to spend a willpower.
Okay.
If it was like a glass of blood, yeah, but it's still coffee with blood in it.
Yeah, and she does.
Throw,
Okay.
you'll throw up the coffee bit.
Yeah, but
Like,
she will spend a willpower for that. Well,
it's not your fault. It's this coffee. I wish she'd. I've told her time and time again to order the gold, and she keeps ordering the stuff.
but
The young girls just don't listen. She takes
well,
another sip of it, but um, and just like reaches into her pocket, pulls out one of those like sugar things.
yeah,
Sugar packets, and
sugar
she puts
cube.
just not a cube, but like like the little packets of sugar.
Yeah.
And she just pours that in, and then she drinks some more of it. She goes, "Oh, I'm not so bad with this, I guess."
Well, the saying used to go in my, well, or was before, that you can drink the most expensive Paramachud coffee brewed on the slopes of some mountain in Argentina with just the right humidity. I'll drink acidic government-made coffee, and we'll see who stays up the longest tonight.
She
That was,
laughs. She lets out like quite a wild laugh, and she just pats you on the shoulder. She goes, "I know what you mean. I know what you mean. There's that like kind of like uptown kind of coffee. It costs about $10 and does absolutely nothing."
yeah, but then again, all of the all of the doctors drink crappy coffee. Seem to be, well, not
I
all
don't
of them
know.
seem to be too
Doctor
happy.
Winter get some weird stuff like flown in. I don't know. She must. I think she eats caviar or something.
She has refined taste.
Yeah, she says that in a sort of like kind of way, and then she stubs a cigarette out. And she goes, "I'd really love to stay and talk, but I really should be getting back to work. A couple of
Sure,
the patients have been sick. Not sure what's wrong, flu or something."
I can have a look.
All right.
Save you the trouble.
Yeah. Okay. You can come with me on my rounds. I got to do checks.
Sure.
She comes back in. She brings the coffee cup. She takes another sip out of it. Just puts it on the nurse's station. Grabs a folder.
Yeah, and she puts her coffee down as well. And no, she would like to say, yeah, you can grab the coffee. I don't think it needs to be. I
Well,
mean,
you can, but I can't. I need to do checks. She she just. I'll come back for it. It's fine. We've got a microwave.
all
She
right.
walks along. She just goes down to the room. She checks in on people. Um, she just sort of like a couple of people. She just literally just puts. She opens the door, looks in, makes sure they're okay, and closes it.
Mhm.
A couple of people she has to put back in bed because they're out messing around or whatever. She confiscates a cell phone from one of them. She's like, "Now, where did you get this?" She just shakes her head, puts it in the pocket of her um, uniform. She looks at you and shakes her head, and then as she go down to the bottom of the corridor, she visits a couple of patients and checks them over. Um, she gives them like she asks them how they are. They just seem a bit weak. She gives them water and aspirin. Checks their temperatures. Do you want to make a intelligence medicine roll?
I will. We will be
Use them.
dirty teachers and use the misc.
Yeah, use the misc because we're lazy teachers.
Lazy bastards. I just need to be 100% sure. Getting the right amount. Yeah. And mm, 3 successes.
You, they are okay. You can tell that they've been fed on.
Uh-huh.
They're okay. Maybe slight fever, lethargy, a little bit sweaty, but like any sort of blood loss, it'll take time and they'll be okay. And you just need to get their blood count back up, the iron levels back up. Seems like the nurse is doing the right thing. She's making sure that they're fed up. You can see that they've been. You can see if you look at the chart that they've been given like iron boosting meals and things like that.
Mm. And she will just check over this. She will just make a quick thing. She will just say, yeah, it does seem like flu, but I gotta tell you, like, your notes and everything, if I didn't know better, I'd say you'd done this. Thorough. And exactly what I would have done.
Well, the thing is, when you get these bugs, these flus going around, you've got to make sure you stay on top of it before it becomes an epidemic.
Yeah.
That's why I
I
moved
was
these
I
these
was
pills.
trying to give you a compliment, but alright.
She looks at you. She smiles. I'm just doing my job, but thank you.
Hey, in my experience, take compliments where you could get them.
Um, you come out of the room. Um, she closes the doors quietly, heads back down towards the nurse's office, and your favourite friend is there, standing in the corridor, Mrs. Soulstream.
Hmm. She ignores her.
Gloria, Gloria, Gloria. Now, honey, you know you should be in bed by now. Look at the time. She just points to her watch, and Mrs. Soulstream just sort of like grabs her wrist and says, I know, but the thing is, I need to tell you about this dream that I had. And she just starts banging on about the like prophecies of angels and things like that. She goes into a whole spiel. And Gloria says, right, but we've talked about this. You need to talk about this in your sessions. Now, go to bed. If you need some lorazepam, I will prescribe it to you. Do you need to take the pills? Mrs. Soulstream shakes her head. Off you go. I don't want to see you on the floor no more. She scuttles back into her room, but you can see that her eyes are watching you. She gives you this. Her eyes are very small and beady, and she just looks. She seems to be looking right at you. You know how someone looks at you, they can see right into you, or looks like they're looking through to your soul.
Mm-hmm.
That's how she looks at you. As Gloria closes the door, she's still looking at you through the glass.
The Bloombrand will go up.
I mean, if you were, Dr. Wilburn's a sociopath who doesn't give a shit. But you can guess. You still know that if you were a person with normalized feelings, that would be very, very unnerving. It's just the way she looks at you. There's something really not right about it.
Would my guess be that she has a certain idea of certain people here being different?
She seems to be able to look at you. She doesn't look at Gloria that way, but she
Hmm.
looks at you like she can see something in you or something about you.
Hmm.
That's as much as you get from it, really. She seems to be staring at something on your person or into your eyes, trying to. It's very difficult to describe. It's a very hard hard look. Like, I see you. I see what you're doing. It's very much like that.
For now, Willenbrand will just nod a little at her, smile, and head back to the nurse.
She gets back. She grabs the coffee. She drinks it. She sits down, writes down the observation notes. A couple of the nurses come back. They, go and do their various things, put things in folders. Like one of them comes back with like medical waste that she takes out the back door that you went out just now.
So, the last person you had, Mrs. Soul? Oh,
Solstein, yeah.
Solstein.
She's not one of your patients, he says, flicking at the list. She's Dr. Wicker's.
Right.
She's been here quite a long time. She's harmless,
Oh, yeah, so it's just. I'll take it up with Dr. Wicker. I was just thinking of a possible new treatment for her. What's your general consensus on her?
Paranoid schizophrenic. Um, she's been here for about 10 years. I'm sure you've heard her talk. She talks about God, angels, and demons, seeing them in the real life. She has quite vivid delusions. She stabbed her neighbor.
Hmm.
Something about her neighbor being a demon. Stabbed her with a pair of craft scissors. The woman survived, but she's just too dangerous to be out with people. Her schizophrenia is pretty severe.
Yeah.
One of the most
Well,
severe cases I've seen in my time here.
well, it is the thing I should take up with Dr. Wicker, but yeah.
Her medication seems to be working pretty well, but as well as we can be expected with that kind of condition.
Hmm.
Anyway, it's been nice spending some time with you, but I really have to get on with things. Maybe I'll see you around later.
Sure. Um, she has. She did drink the whole thing.
Yeah, she does. Like, you can see there's a little bit left in it, but she seems to be drinking it like at a normal rate of drinking coffee, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
She is drinking it.
Okay.
At one point, one of the nurses goes, "Oh, I'll have some of your coffee." She goes, "Get your damn own coffee. Didn't buy the gold brand anyway." Sips it again.
Willenbrand will smile as she.
Blood, although it tastes horrible at first, is actually quite addictive once you get the vampire blood into the person.
Mm-hmm.
It like when they first have it, they're like, ugh, but then they want to keep drinking it. So, as you know from your own experience of your time as a ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Anything else you'd like to do?
Are there any doctors that needs to be brought in line that are having night shifts?
Not that you know of. It seems to be you and Dr. Wicker that work nights.
Fair enough.
The doctors on the you do know that there are two other doctors that work here, but they seem to work during the day. They're both men,
Hmm.
and they work with the male patients.
Hmm. she will make preparations to make a consult for two of them, but during the night or early night.
You can. How are you gonna do that? You're gonna send an email or
Yeah,
leave a note or.
email, note, something like that.
All right, that's fine.
Um, and Dr. Willenbrand will hear Eleanor or others if she will find a room, a consult room where there is videotapes or video surveillance.
Huh?
Is
Sorry,
there?
I understand what you mean. You want to go to the surveillance room?
No. I want to find a room that is where there is either possibilities to set up hidden cameras or have that already has video surveillance.
Um, you can use one of the treatment rooms. You know that the rooms that they use to like have interviews or um consultations with patients have cameras in.
Hmm. She'll set it up in one of those rooms.
Okay.
Um,
And what does she do?
she is going to prepare. The two doctors in questions are what is their like familiar status? Are they single, divorced? Do they have children?
One of them is semi-retired. He's married. He has children and grandchildren. The younger one is divorced.
Okay. Um,
They both live on the island. You know that.
fair enough.
They have addresses on the island. Um, yeah. One went to NYU. The other one went to Harvard.
All right. Yeah, she will. She'll prepare the room, and what she is planning on doing is probably she's gonna see if there are patients that are um, hmm,
You know that quite a few of I'm gonna have to give him a name now. Dr. Stoker, the older doctor, quite a few of his patients he treats for sexual deviance. Um, about 6 or 7 of the men that are in the men's ward are there because they got a insanity plea in court,
hmm,
but they're there for sexual violence crimes, which is assumably why they have male doctors and um, male orderlies attending them and
hmm.
security guards rather than female nurses and female doctors. Some of them are depressives. The younger doctor seems to treat people with personality and mood disorders, bipolar,
Hmm.
narcissistic personality disorder.
Yeah, Dr. Wicker is going to. She's probably going to plan this meeting for like a couple of days
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah.
What she's going to do is going to have to discuss a female patient,
Mhm.
and she's going to potentially have that female patient there.
Okay.
And well, we can. I think we can end the scene here.
Yep. So you're sending the email to all them, and Dr. Wicker.
Yes.
Okay. All right, we can end the scene there. Thank you, player, for playing, and thank you, watchers, for watching. Until next time.